Good morning. So today we're going to look at Baddhakonasana, or some people call it the butterfly posture, and also lotus, and legs behind head, and some tips on getting into those, opening up the hips, relaxing the back, getting into the groins, those sorts of things to help those postures. So with Baddhakonasana, we'll start there because actually that is a really great position if you're doing anything. So if you're watching TV or you're folding laundry or whatever you have to do to sit, like sometimes people actually bring their computers onto a low-lying table like this one and they'll do their work. And so Baddhakonasana is a great hip opener to do whenever you can, because also the thing is, even if you start where your knees are way up here, it's amazing how quickly your body starts to relax and open up and your hips start to let go and all the groins and everything start to release. So some keys there for Baddhakonasana is to firstly make sure that you're nice and high on your sitting bones, and then you sort of want to really lift your spine, expand your spine up towards the ceiling, get into your sitting bones, and bring that lower belly in slightly towards the spine. And so you're breathing into sort of the side ribs and the upper ribs, and then taking bending the knees and bringing the feet in. Your feet are going to be pressing together. And if your knees are hurting or you've got really tight groins, then you can keep your feet out in front of you until you start to open up. And as you start to open up, you can draw your feet, your heels, closer to your groins. Now, what I found is, because I do also have a bit of a sloppy knee, I should say, on the right-hand side. So by pressing into your feet, you can sort of bypass the knee and find some stretch through the inner thighs. So I find pressing through the feet and almost opening the feet like a book. You can start to really work this inner portion of your legs and bypass the knee. The other thing which is really good is to get like a block or a pillow cushion and to put it behind your ankles. So got it behind here, and you squeeze your ankles together and you sort of find your legs work in a certain way to access the inner groins, and so that you can sort of use that whole area to work instead of your knees or your back or whatever. So that's also a good one to sort of find the place that you want to stretch in Baddhakonasana. So once you've got Baddhakonasana, again, pressing those feet together, just really opening up the inner groins, sitting high on the sitting bones. You can grab the feet to sort of find the leverage to sit taller. And you're sitting taller as your knees are moving down towards the floor. And if you can, if you've got the flexibility, then you can begin to walk forward. I mean, in Ashtanga practice, we keep our hands on our feet and we fold forward. Firstly, we're extending the chin outward, and we're also pressing the sides of the thighs down with the elbows, taking the chin forward, and that's a really great stretch. We do that for 5 breaths, and then we curl in to bring our head down to the feet for 5 breaths as well. So again, pressing the elbows just right at the tops of the thighs, opening up the groins and the hips. If you're not doing Ashtanga practice and you're just wanting to open up your hips, then this is fine and this is great, and this is sort of the slow way to open up the hips, let them open without damaging the knee at all. And once you've got the flexibility, then you can just slowly walk yourself more forward. So as you're walking, you're pressing into the feet so that your knees are continuing to come down towards the floor, but ultimately, and the main thing is just access those groins and open up those hips so that you can start to do legs behind head and lotus. Again, if the knee is not feeling well or if it has a tendency to pop out, you can keep your feet out in front of you and do the same thing. It's also a really good stretch. Feels amazing, actually.